जिन सके अपना अलग अलग गाँव में जाते थे और वहां जाने के बाद बच्चियों के बारे में लोगों में अवैध जानकारी या सेमिनार का आयोजन करते हुए एक इंक्यूबेशन साथ में लेके वो चलती हो रही। ऐसे ही एक आदर्श हमारे हसूबा ही है।
So, okay, we have 2 more minutes to go. So we can have the PPT on the screen, or it's supposed to be.
Good morning, all. I welcome you to the 17th day of Yoga workshop. We'll begin with the Santi Mantra.
सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् शिवोऽहं न च प्राणसंज्ञो न वै पञ्चवायु न वा सप्तधातो न वा पञ्चकोशः न वा पाणिपादं न चोपस्थवायु चिदानन्दरूपा शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपा शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपा शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं न मे द्वेषरागौ न मे लोभमोहौ न मे वैमदो नैव मात्सर्यभावः न धर्मो न जातो न कामो न मोक्षः चिदानन्दरूपा शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपा शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपा शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं न पुण्यं न पापं न सौख्यं न दुःखं न मन्त्रो न तीर्थं न भेदा न यज्ञः अहं भोजनं नैव भोज्यं न भोक्ता चिदानन्दरूपा शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपा शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपा शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं न मे शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपा शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपा शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् अहं निर्विकल्पो निराकाररूपो विभुत्वा च सर्वत्र सर्वेन्द्रियाणां यतसङ्गतं नैव मुक्तिर्न मेयः चिदानन्दरूपा शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपा शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपा शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्
Good morning, all. Over to Amrita.
Good morning, ma'am. Ma'am, can you make please Aditi the co-host so she can speak?
I have already made her the co-host.
Okay, ma'am.
Amrita, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Yes,
Start the program.
yes, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. We cordially welcome you all in the 19th session of the workshop. Today, we will be having a lecture from an eminent scholar on Ashtanga Yoga of Patanjali. First of all, I would like to acknowledge our principal ma'am, Professor Swati Pal, for supporting and encouraging us to perform these kinds of curriculum and co-curriculum activities. Thank you, ma'am. Secondly,
Secondly,
over to Tanishka.
Secondly, we would like to thank our motivation, our inspiration, one who always encourages people to be positive and spread positivity in the universe, the most spiritual and enlightening being, the one and only Dr. Jayanti P. Sahu. She is our program coordinator. She always puts efforts to organize such events which helps the people to develop physically, morally, and mentally. Now, I would like to introduce you with our eminent speaker, Mr. R. Ramanujan sir. Mr. Ramanujan is a trained yoga instructor who has had various experiences of teaching yoga. He ranked #1 in his university for MSc Yoga. He won second prize on poster presentation in S. Vyasa University. His noble mission is the betterment of mental and physical well-being through yoga. He has specialization over therapy skills for various disorders and diseases like migraine, cancer, asthma, and many more. Now, I would request Jayanti ma'am to say a few words as our session is incomplete without her melodious voice. Thank you so much, and over to Jayanti ma'am.
Thanks, Tanishka, for your kind words. I welcome Ramanujan sir to this program. And thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation with a short notice. And without wasting much time, I would invite you to deliver your lecture.
Sure. Thank you so much. I can see a lot of people are here. And so we will start. And I think this is more of theoretical session, but in between we will do some practice also. And theory is also very important along with practice. Okay, sometimes theory can help the practice, refine the practice. So this is to open up, to know, and later we can do the practice also. So this talk is about the Patanjali Yoga Sutra. So before I begin the talk, I want to say that I am not perfect Yeah, like people think if I am delivering lecture, okay, I am perfect. But I am also in some process, just like you, based on God's grace. So I'm delivering this lecture. Okay, in the end. Now we are going for Patanjali Yoga Sutra talk. So Patanjali is obviously a person who has written a text called Patanjali Yoga Sutra. So the timeline, approximately the timeline is 2500 years before this was written. 2500 years from today was written. It has 4 chapters: Samadhi Pada, Sadhana Pada, Vibhuti Pada, Kaivalya Pada. In simple words, Samadhi Pada is how to attain the absorption state in a deep meditative state. In a layman words, how to attain the deep meditative state. Sadhana Pada is what tools I should use to attain that deep meditative state. What are the tools to attain that samadhi? Vibhuti Pada is in between. I will get lot of different kind of experiences. What are those Vibhuti experiences? In Bhagavad Gita also, Vibhuti Yoga he has mentioned. Bhagwan Krishna. And Kaivalya Pada is liberation. Liberation, how to achieve the liberation, what is that state, everything he has mentioned. Now, what was the requirement of writing this text? The requirement of writing this text because initially what happened in Vedas, Upanishad, Gita. So you know, Vedas is the main base of knowledge. It is the intuitional knowledge. It is not just bookish knowledge. It is experiential, intuitional knowledge, and it has been mentioned in the scriptures. Then from Vedas came the Upanishad. The essence of Vedas is in the Upanishad, and essence of Upanishad is in the Gita. So the yoga, the concept of yoga was spread like scattered among all these scriptures. So what Patanjali did for the convenience of people, he made it compiled. Like he brought it together one place and he put it as Patanjali Yoga Sutra. So what is a sutra? Sutra is like a thread. Normally in Hindi and Sanskrit we have thread. Sutra is a short form. If I want to say a very big thing, I can concise and put it in a short form. Like he says yoga chitta vritti nirodha. Simply he tells the definition of yoga is chitta means our mind, vritti modification, remove. Okay, that he says chitta vritti nirodha. Now sutra is a concise. Sutra should be concise, short, unambiguous. It should not have 2 different meanings. It should contain the essence only. It should be universally applicable. If it is applicable for me, if it is not applicable for some person, then it is not universally applicable. And it should be irrefutable. Like if I say a flying elephant, it is impossible. So there are sutras which are connected. Some sutras, they deal with a particular topic. And again, I want to make it very clear, this is an experiential text. It is just reading and analyzing tarka, it won't help. You have to practice and then do. Next slide, we'll go. So what are the entities in this text? What are the main entities? Like in a movie, we have superhero, heroes, heroines. And so what are the entities in this? So he says Purusha and Prakriti. And he talks about Ishvara also. Then we will come separately. So Purusha is not a male. You know, in Hindi we say Stri Purush. Purusha means male. No. Purusha is consciousness. Every living entity. It is there in the small ant also, big elephant also, us also, tree also. And it enables them to express themselves. For example, this glass cannot move by itself. If I hold it, then only it can move. So they say that Puri Shete iti Purushaha. Puri means who he stays inside the city. Puri, Pura, we have like Rampur, Pura means city. So he stays inside the city. What is the city? City is this body. Okay. And who he is the seer, he is the Drishta, he is the subject. And in Vedanta, it is called Atman or Brahman. You might have heard in Gita, Atman or Brahman. So when it is associated with the Prakriti, there comes the bondage because it forgets its identity and it thinks that it is one with Prakriti. And in Gita, it is also known as Kshetra. Now I come to the second entity, that is the Prakriti. So Prakriti is just, you can see yourself, this is Prakriti made up of mud or steel, stainless steel, which cannot move itself. Okay, it needs consciousness. So it is made up of 24 elements, 5 gross elements, Prithvi, Ap, Teja, Vayu, Akash. Then 5 subtle elements, subjects of these 5 elements. Then 10 senses, Pancha Gyanendriya, eyes, nose, tongue, skin, hearing. And Pancha Karmendriya. Okay. Then cosmic ego, intellect, mind, and unmanifested Prakriti. I will not go into detail of this. So it is like, as I told, Purusha is subject, Prakriti becomes the object. And it needs consciousness. It cannot move by itself. It needs consciousness to enliven itself. It is called Maya in Advaita. In Gita, it is called Kshetra. Purusha is Kshetra. Prakriti is Kshetra. Just here. Purusha is Kshetragya. And Prakriti is Kshetra. There is some mistake I think I have put. So Purusha is Kshetragya. One who stays inside the Kshetra. Prakriti is Kshetra, in which Purusha stays. And he also mentions about Ishvara. Ishvara is represented by Omkara. So we chant Om na. So here it is said that Ishvara is denoted by Omkara. Ishvara is not limited by time. He is above the time. He is above the Kala. And he is the Guru of all Gurus. He is the special Purusha, not affected by Karma, Klesha. Okay. So Om, we can chant 1 round of Om, or let us chant 3 rounds of Om to invoke that Ishvara. So first we have to take a deep breath. Times. Take a deep breath. One more time. Take a deep breath. Now open your eyes. So one more important thing in here. Purusha and Prakriti, how they function. Consider a blind person who cannot see. A blind person, he cannot see. And he has a friend who is lame. He cannot walk. Now what they do, that blind person says, you come on top of me, lame person, because he cannot walk, and we will function together. That is how Purusha and Prakriti function. Okay, we can now go to the next slide. So this is the 24 elements. So I'll not go into the detail of these elements. So you can say there is Ahankara, Buddhi, there is the 5 senses, 5 senses of knowledge, 5 senses of karmendriya, that is, and subtle elements, gross elements. So not going into detail of this. Next slide. Okay, so how this bondage is created, where the bondage happens. So the bondage happens in the mind. So Purusha, that is the consciousness, he forgets that he is the consciousness and he thinks of himself as the Prakriti, that is the body-mind complex. So when he thinks of Prakriti, when he thinks of body and mind, what happens after some years? The body perishes and he gets another body because he does not know himself. If he knows himself, then there is liberation. So, yoga as defined by Patanjali, simple as straight, chitta vritti nirodha, or restraining the modifications in the mind. Once the mind is clear, mind is swachha, mind is clear, then we realize our true self. Tada drishtuhu, swarupe avasthan. Then the drishtu, that is the atma, that is the purusha, becomes established in its own self. So now in Ashtavakra Gita it's also said man eva manushyanam man bandhanam and moksha. It is only responsible, it is the only entity which is responsible for liberation and bondage. So in Bhagavad Gita also it is said bandhuratmat manastasya yenatmai vatmanajitah anatmanastu shatrutve. Like that, the verse has been mentioned that if mind is a friend, then it can do greatest of the good. If mind is the enemy, it can do greatest of the harm. And it is the most difficult task in the universe to control and cleanse your mind. We should control it, we should not be its slave. So consider a lake. There is a lake. The lake is filled with mud. Okay. If the lake is filled with mud, we cannot see what is the lake inside, how much depth it is. Once the mud is cleared, then we can see ourselves also, the lake is crystal clear. The same way, once the mind is cleansed, Purusha can realize its true identity. Okay. So mind only prevents the Purusha to know its true identity. Once the mind is taken care of, everything else is taken care of. Okay, so there is some Shakti also, Avarana. So the mind, how it does is, it creates a concealment. First is conceals the true identity of Purusha, that is Purusha is a consciousness, it will conceal it. Then it will project some different identity, that is the body-mind complex. So once this false identity is removed, the true journey will begin. Okay, next slide will go. So what are the 5 types of modifications of mind? As Patanjali has quoted, Pramana, Viparyaya, Vikalpa, Nidra, Smitaya. So Pramana is the right knowledge. How I can get the right knowledge? I can see it. I see a glass of water and it is the glass of water. So I can see it. Anumana. So you can see in the picture there is a smoke which is coming out of a hill. So when I see a smoke is coming out of a hill, I can say there must be a fire there. I can make a Anumana, inference. Agama is what is written in our scriptures or as authoritative person. You can see this picture, there is a authoritative person speaking, so I can say it is true. Viparyaya is wrong knowledge. You can see there is a rope. Okay. Rope. You see a rope in the darkness. And what happens? You think it is a snake because it looks similar. So there is a Viparyaya. There is a Adhyaropa. You have superimposed the snake on the rope based on what you saw. What you saw. Then Vikalpa is imagination. You are imagining in the dreams, you are thinking an elephant is flying. That is the imagination. Nidra is a deep sleep. In deep sleep, we are not aware of ourselves. Okay. So that is also one of the modification of mind. And smriti, we remember in the past something good thing has happened, some bad thing has happened, they remember. So these vrittis, they prevent us from knowing our true self. If they help you, they will take you towards the God. But if they don't help, they will bring you down. So these vrittis we have to take care of. I will further explain later. Next slide. So klesha. So klesha are the afflictions. Avidya. Avidya is what is the truth you don't know and something else you say. Like for example, Purusha, it does not know its true self. It thinks of itself as body mind complex. That is avidya. That is the base of all the four klesha. Then asmita. Asmita is I-ness. When we identify ourselves with our emotion or with ego, then it is avidya. Raga and dvesha. So raga and dvesha, how they work is, we have a friend, we have an enemy. Suppose I have associated myself, my friend, my enemy. Now my friend, I can do very whatever, I can shower gifts for him. But my enemy, I will not do anything. I will, by mistake also, I will not do good. So that is a klesha for us. We have to get above that. We have to be samatva. Then abhinivesha, it is clinging to life. Now everybody wants to take birth, live longer, but nobody wants to die. What happens? Body after some time it will become old, very difficult to sustain. You know, it is in Bhagavad Gita. It is mentioned, Vasansi jirnani yatha vihaya navani grahnati naroparani. What it says that once, like we are changing our clothes, same way the soul changes the body. The same way the soul is changing the body. See, once the body becomes old, what will soul do? It will take another body. Either it will liberate if you have cleansed your mind, either it will take another body. So, why so much attachment? Why so much fear? So klesha combined with vritti to make them negative. So many people have doubt how the klesha and vritti are related. So based on my understanding, I am telling. So think of it like, can we go to the previous slide? Yeah. So pramana, viparya, vikalpa, nidra, srutya. These are the base. These are the base. For example, in nidra also you are imagining, you are having likes and dislikes. Suppose you are sleeping and you think of some untoward person. Suppose you are, who did something untoward towards you, and you imagine, oh, you are fighting. So in nidra comes raga, dvesha is coming na, pramana, viparya. These are all linked together. It is like a programming. Okay, next slide. We are going. So it is like our biasness. We associate our self with our emotions. I am liking, I am disliking. So we have to cut that association with our emotions and we have to know our true self. How we have to do it? By awareness. Once the emotion is coming inside, I should not associate. I should just know, okay, I should become aware. Oh, I should just
Ramanujan sir, you can use the both languages. Some people are asking for Hindi also. Thoda sa.
okay. So
Sorry.
suppose हाँ sure. So अभी जैसे अभी अंदर से एक इमोशन आता है, jealousy का इमोशन आता है. मैं aware हो गया, jealousy हो गया, मैं लेकिन मैंने अपने आप को संभाल लिया. मैं react नहीं किया उस इमोशन के लिए. Then that is a victory for you. Once you stop that reaction, then it becomes victory for you. So this klesha and the vritti, they work together. When klesha combined with vritti, they become negative. When klesha are not combined with vritti, when vritti are directed towards the God, when you're sleeping also, you are aware of your body, you're thinking of the God, you're thinking of your true identity, then you are progressive. Okay, next we can go. Now we are coming to the main topic, Ashtanga Yoga. Ashtanga का मतलब ये है कि 8 limb, अष्ट means 8, Anga means parts, 8 limbed yoga. So in Ashta there are first 5 and last 3. First 5 are outward, bahiranga, बाहर की तरफ करना है, और last 3 जो है अंतरंगा, inwards, we have to do inwards. Now why Ashtanga yoga is important? You have to remove your vritti, you have to remove your klesha, you have to remove the reactive pattern. आप जो पैटर्न बनाते हैं ना, स्टार्टिंग से बनाते हैं. मैं एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ, बहुत सिंपल एग्जांपल देता हूँ. अभी मैं आपको एक वाक्य बोल रहा हूँ, आप देखिए आपके माइंड में क्या चलता है उस वाक्य को सुन के. मेरा एक दोस्त है, उसका हस्बैंड, मतलब वो मैडम है, उसका हस्बैंड ने पी के उसको मारा. अभी जब आप उसके हस्बैंड से मिलेंगे, क्या आप अनबायस होके मिल सकते हैं? नहीं मिल सकते, क्योंकि आप सोचेंगे अरे वो तो पिया हुआ है, वो तो बुरा है, उसने मारा है. तो ये जो है, जो प्रोग्रामिंग पहले से हो रखी है ना, इसको निकालना है अभी. तो कैसे निकालें? How? This is how Ashtanga Yoga practice. This is a practical subject. This is not theoretical. So first are bahiranga, outwards. Second are antaranga. Antaranga means meditation. So first is yama, social discipline. I will explain in detail. Second, niyama, individual discipline. Third is asana, posture. I will explain in detail later. Pranayama, breathing, vital breathing practices. Pratyahara, controlling the sense from the sense objects. Last 3, जो आखिर के 3 हैं, अंतरंगा, inwards in nature, inwards. Dharana, concentration. I concentrate on this glass. I concentrate on a diya. I concentrate on a tree. I concentrate on the moon. Dhyana, meditation. Samadhi, absorption. That is the ultimate stage. Okay, next slide. Now we are discussing in detail. अभी थोड़ा सा डिटेल में डिस्कस करेंगे सबके सबको. First is yama. Yama and niyama. You know, every religion, हर धर्म में ऐसा है, yama and niyama. What should you do? What you should not do? Conduct. So ahimsa. It's a social. Yama is social. In society, how you should do? Ahimsa. You should not hit others. You should not beat others. Okay, I'm not beating you, but inside I'm thinking bad of you. How to control it? I may not hit you. I am abusing you. It becomes ahimsa. I may not say something bad for you. I may not hit you, but inside I'm thinking bad for you. Himsa. So ahimsa, follow ahimsa. Satya. Satya means truth, absolute truth. Be truthful. Satyam bruyat, priyam bruyat. Na bruyat satyam apriyam. Sometimes very bitter truth. You may not, you have to hide it. Okay, so in some way, suppose some child has died. Okay, mother is not knowing. You will not tell immediately, oh, your child has died. She will go into shock. She is a heart patient. So there we have to control. Asteya. Asteya means not taking other belonging. किसी और का सामान नहीं लेना, बोलना ये मेरा है, stealing. Okay. Even thinking also it becomes asteya. Thinking of, oh, I will steal it someday. That is also asteya. Brahmacharya. Brahmacharya have two meanings in Yoga Sutra. Brahmacharya का मतलब है controlling the sexual activity, not over-indulging in sexual activity and using it towards your progress. अपने progress के लिए use करना उसको. और दूसरा meaning, second meaning is remaining always in the God's thinking. Then aparigraha. Aparigraha means non-possession. मतलब how much I require, that much I take. I will keep accumulating. I will fill my house with so much products. Daily, if I buy from Amazon, Flipkart, all the products, full house will be filled. Still, I will not be satisfied. How much is required? That much I should keep. जितना जरूरत है उतना सामान रखना है. Then comes the niyama. Niyama is self-discipline. अपने के लिए discipline. Yama is social discipline. So, shaucha, cleanliness, inner and outwards, अंदर और बाहर, सब बाहर पूरा गंदा करके I am not taking bath, then what is the use of sadhana? The purity will not come. So cleaning ourselves, cleaning the mind, not thinking bad for anything. Everybody be happy. संतोषा, संतोष जैसे हिंदी में बोलते हैं, contentment, very important. If contentment is not there, then we cannot grow spiritually. Tapas. Now, for example, I am sitting in cross-leg position. So you can see cross-leg position. I am sitting. Sometimes I may get pain, slight pain. थोड़ा सा पेन होएगा, बैठूंगा ऐसे कंधे से, बैक पेन होएगा. अरे पेन हो गया, छोड़ दो, चले जाओ. No, we should not. We should tolerate slightest of pain. That is why we do asana. Why we do asana? There are so many Surya Namaskar we do Bhujangasana, so many asana we do. Why we do? Body should be strong. We should sit like meditation, like a Buddha. Hours together we should sit. Then comes Swadhyaya. Now we are some are Christian, some are Hindu, some are Muslim. So whatever your text is said, read it. So Sanatana Dharma says, study about the God. Chant Om. Tasya Vachaka Pranava. Before I have told, Om denotes Ishvara. It is not just for Hindus, it is for the whole humanity. Om. And doing Satsanga. Satsang karna hai. Living with the people who are liberated, who are spiritual masters. And listening to them, we inspire, we get inspired. Then Ishvara Pranidhana, surrendering the fruits to the God. So God also wants the same thing He has told in Gita. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam praja aham tva sarva papebhya mokshayishyami ma shubhya. You just surrender to me. Okay, I will take care of you. I will never want bad for you. God says, मैं तुम्हारा बुरा कभी नहीं चाहूंगा. आप सरेंडर कीजिए मेरे ऊपर, मैं जो देता हूं उसको एक्सेप्ट कीजिए. So that is very important. Now in this current situation, Corona situation, there is no other way. You have to surrender. So much you can see anything changing with 1 minute. Things are changing every day. Lockdown, then unlocking. What you do? Surrender and leave to God. Even if you get some issue, health issue, you face it. You increase your immunity. Okay, next slide. Yeah. So we are coming to asana. So asana, as you know, it's a third element of Ashtanga Yoga. People think yoga is just a asana. No, asana is just one part. So asana, he does not mention any specific posture. No Bhujangasana, no Shalabhasana, no Surya Namaskar, no nothing, no Tadasana, nothing. He just says Sthiram Sukham Asanam. Sthiram Sukham Asanam. Sthira. Don't move. Just be sthira. Sukha, be happy in that. oh, it's paining. No. Be happy. Which is stable and which is happily done is posture. Prayatna Shaithilya Ananta Samapatibhyam. If I'm doing with very strain, too much strain, I'm sitting, oh, 10 more minutes, no. Effortless it should be. Then once you withdraw that effort, then Ananta Samapatibhyam. Then we dive deep inside. So in Gita, there is a very important verse it is given. Yuktahara viharasya yukta cheshtasya karmasu yukta swapnavabodhasya yogo bhavati dukkha. So he says, a yogi, one who is doing yoga, like asana, pranayama, he is doing eating. He should do moderate eating. If I do yoga, I eat. Eating. I fill my stomach. After some time, again I get hungry. I eat. I put it in the fridge. Next day, again I take it out. I reheat. I eat. Yoga will not benefit. It will be harmful. Improper lifestyle. I don't follow. I wake up all night. I sleep in the day. I wake up at my own time. No regularity. It will not benefit. Balanced work. Too much work. Continuously working without taking rest. It will not work. Regulated sleep. I sleep 15 hours a day. I sleep 3 hours a day. Won't benefit. Moderate sleeping. 6 to 7 hours, 8 hours important. Okay, so and waking up also is important. A yogi, he says a yogi. If you are practicing yoga, you have to take care of your food, lifestyle, sleep, and work. If you don't do, yoga won't benefit you. Gita is said. Now, in Gita there is said how the posture should be. Samam kaya shirogrivam. Gita में बोला गया posture कैसा होना चाहिए. Samam kaya means body. Samam kaya, shira, head, griva, neck. Body, neck, head in one line. Okay, without any waver. Okay, steadiness. Samam kaya shirogrivam. Next slide, please. Next slide. Okay, so now we come to pranayama. Pranayama advanced. Okay, little bit stage up, level up, you know. So 4 types of pranayama. One is rechaka, exhalation. You are exhaling from here. Inhalation, second time. You are inhaling from outside to inside. Kumbhaka. So Kumbhaka is very advanced, but I will just tell you how is Kumbhaka. We can do a practice. Thumb, finger, and the index and middle finger. Close the right nostril, inhale from left and close and hold for 5 seconds. Close the right nostril, inhale from left, close both, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open the other one, right nostril, exhale. Now inhale from right, close both, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open the left, exhale. Now release the palm. So what we just did is Antara Kumbhaka. Antara Kumbhaka. Once you stop the breath, the mind is stopped. Amazing, like sister and brother. ऐसी जोड़ी है भगवान ने बनाई है. Mind and the breath are very close. That is why in yoga they say, do with the breathing, synchronize with the breathing, control the breathing. Do smooth breathing. Don't do like this. Do smoothly. That is why in yoga says, that is a secret. If you want to control your mind, from here you have to control. You will see many people who are very disturbed, who are very anxious. Their breathing is very shallow. and who are very angry. I cannot be angry without cooperation of the breath. So this is the secret. If you want to control your mind, breathing is important. So I can hold the breath inside. Antar Kumbhaka. I can hold the breath outside. Kumbhaka. But it is advanced. Initially, you should not do Kumbhaka because body is not ready. So first we have to do asana, then only we become eligible for Kumbhaka. Then the fourth stage, Kevala Kumbhaka. Kevala Kumbhaka is when in advanced stages of meditation, breathing itself stops. Mind stops, breathing stops. It is natural. So in Gita also it is said, Apane Juhvati Pranam, Prane Panam Tatha Pare, Prana Panagati Rudhva, Pranayama Prayana, Apare Niyata Hara, Prana Praneshu Juhvati. So same he has told, types of Puraka, Rechaka, Kumbhaka. So this also is a food you are taking. You are taking not just from mouth, you are taking pranic food also. It is spreading in the whole body. It is helping in the peristaltic movement. It is coming in lungs. Now people are not able to, so many people unable to breathe because it is blocked here. But oxygen is available. So by pranayama, we can remove these blocks. But therapy, that is therapy. It has spiritual benefit also. Mind, you can control with this. Can you see prana inside? Can you see your mind inside? No. But you can control from here. Okay. Next. Next slide. Pratyahara. Okay. So what happens is mind is there. Senses. Eyes, ears, tongue, nose, skin. So what happens? I see a jalebi. I see a food. मैंने एक food देखा. ठीक है? वो food सामने रखा हुआ है. उसको देख के मैंने खा लिया. I smelled it. It is very delicious. I ate it. I saw, smell, I ate, taste. But I am not satisfied. I keep taking. I keep taking. 20 jalebis I take. What is the progress? You cannot do sadhana like that. You have to control the senses, okay, from the objects. So just imagine. So what is the ear? Shabda, sound, the subject of ear. Tongue, taste. Nose, smell. Eyes, sight. Skin, touch. So it is very important. If you give it full free license, you will not able to do sadhana. You have to control the senses, control the mind, pull the mind from the senses, from the sense objects. So once pratyahara is mastered, mind becomes like a queen bee. So wherever queen bee is going, other honeybee, they will follow it. Okay, senses are like serpents. If you don't control them, they will become haywire. One, like a snake charmer, you have to control the senses. So don't become slave of your senses. Next time. So in Gita, they have told, Yada samhrate chayam kurmum ganeva sarvashah. So he is giving example of a tortoise. What tortoise does? When there is danger, it will pull its hands and legs. जैसे कछुआ अपने हाथों को पैरों को अंदर कर लेता है, छुप जाता है. The same way we have to do. Devote your senses towards a God, towards a satsanga, towards the knowledge. You got the human life. You are so lucky. You could have become ant. You could have become dog. आप इतने lucky हैं. Human life है. It is very rare. You use this opportunity to liberate yourself. Okay. Next slide. We'll go. So pratyahara is fifth. Next we are going to Antaranga. Remember first five in Ashtanga Yoga, Bahiranga. Bahiranga. Last three are Antaranga, inwards. You have to do. Always we are looking out, now we have to go in. Dharana means concentration. Concentration you can do with closed eyes. Focus, bring the entire awareness here, eyebrow center. Bring the awareness, you can bring the heart center, you can bring navel center, you can bring the awareness on the breathing. But don't do conscious breathing, just you bring the awareness on the breathing. So thoughts will be coming, thoughts will be coming. Once you do, it's not that I will lose the thought. You have to once again bring the mind. If you are focusing on the breath, अगर आप यहाँ पे ध्यान ले रहे हैं, माइंड जाएगा, लेके आना है वापस. अभ्यासा, you have to do अभ्यासा. It is very difficult, most difficult thing. You practice, you do. We will do it after this slide. Dhyana. Once you continuously do dhyana on one particular object, either inwards, you can do inwards also, outwards also you can do. Like focusing on the candle, on a tree, on moon, full moon. After some point, it becomes dhyana. There is just thoughts about that object. There are no multiple thoughts. It is automatically happens after some time. Then samadhi. You become one with the object. You are focusing on the candle, you are focusing on the flame, you become flame. You lose your consciousness. You go deep inside. Okay, it's a practical, it's not a theoretical concept. Again, I am saying. So in Gita, Bhagavad Gita में कहा है, एक श्लोका है, समम संप्रेक्ष नासिकाग्रम स्वम दिशश्चानवलोकयन्. Focus on the tip of the nose. Focus on the breath. So I am focusing on the tip of the nose. Dishashchanavalokayan. Don't look elsewhere. You notice one thing very magical. Your mind is related to your eyeball. When your mind fluctuates, eyeball also fluctuates. So focusing is very important. That is the first stage. In Gita it is said, one more, Gita में कहा गया है, प्रयाण काले मनसा चलेन, okay, yoga baleन चैव, I think the shloka is there, भ्रुवोर मध्ये प्राणमावेश सम्यक, भ्रुवोर मध्ये, भ्रुवो, eyebrow center, मध्ये center, प्राणम आवेश्य, bring the awareness, सम्यक ततम परम, satam param purusham vaidi divyam. Okay, that is there. You have to do the practice, but without thinking of, oh, what will happen next? Why I am not getting dhyana? Don't think like that. Just do. Bring the awareness here. Start. Okay. Don't think about the results. Just do the practice. So let us now, we will bring the awareness. So where you can bring the awareness? Eyebrow center, nose tip on the breath, center of your heart. Okay, just close your eyes, bring the awareness, and any of the three part, आप अपना ध्यान इन तीनों में से किसी भी एक जगह पे लेके आएंगे. Meditate on any of these three center. The heart center, Anahata chakra, eyebrow center, Agya chakra, Nasagra, Drishti. Now slowly open your eyes. Okay, so we are now going to the next slide. Next slide. So we now know Ashtanga Yoga, 8 parts of the 8 limbs of the yoga. 5 are Antaranga, 5 are Bahiranga, 3 are Antaranga. It is practical. You don't do, you don't achieve. Okay. Truth is also, speaking truth also, practical. Inside I am saying, oh, I don't like you. Outside I say, I like you. What is the purpose? Manasa vacha karmana. Okay, next slide we'll go. Okay, so how should the practice sadhana be done? This is a very important thing. So I had to put it. Satu Patanjali says how the sadhana should be done. Satu dirgha kala narentarya satkara siddho dृढ़ भूमि. साधना कैसे करना चाहिए? वो कहते हैं दीर्घ काल, long duration, satkara, with devotion, with shraddha, with sincerity, then it becomes dृढ़ भूमि. वो एस्टैब्लिश हो जाता है, वो प्रैक्टिस एस्टैब्लिश हो जाता है, फिर आपको बेनिफिट मिलता है. आपने एक दिन किया, you did one day, you did not do other day. What is the purpose? There is no continuity. Okay, you have to do it. If 6 a.m. you have to do yoga, you must get up and do yoga. You should remove all the laziness. Patanjali also mentions there are some obstacles like laziness, lethargy. Okay, he mentions in a sutra. I have not put it because it is just understandable. So, vyadhi, sthana, samshaya. I doubt. Why this just useless? I'm sitting like this and focusing. Useless. Doubt, sanshaya, pramad, alasya, laziness, bhranti. Okay. And sometimes if I sit, I don't get anything. I'm sitting like this, I'm not getting anything. Why I'm sitting? I'm wasting my time. Like that. Not having patience. Vyadhi, I'm having illness. That is also, I have to remove the illness. Then only I can do sadhana. Okay, next. Next slide. Okay, so Patanjali, that is the last stage. Kaivalya. See, Kaivalya is so for me also it is very deep concept. People say Kaivalya, Moksha, Nirvana, Liberation, Mukti. It is, you have to experience it. There are people who are liberated themselves, Jivan Mukta. How this happens? Mana, mind. Once the mind is cleansed, purified, you will attain moksha. Until it is there, until so I don't know my true identity, I think of myself as body-mind complex, I will keep rebirthing. I will die after some time, my soul will go, it will go into another body. अभी मैं मर गया, मेरा सोल जाके दूसरी बॉडी में चला जाएगा, किसी के वूम में चला जाएगा, फिर से मैं पैदा होगा. So until that happens, you know liberation. So samadhi also, see, I can attain samadhi once, but until it is nirbija samadhi happens, then I am back to the world, and still sanskara is there, no liberation. That should be continuous. Okay, so a person who is attained nirbija samadhi for long duration practicing, and his mind is cleansed, he becomes jivana mukta. While living, he becomes liberated. When the body is destroyed, जब body का खत्म हो जाएगा, तो वो चला जाएगा, उसको rebirth नहीं मिलेगा, वो divinity में merge हो जाएगा, भूल जाएगा वो. Then so he becomes like. So how we should become a Jivana Mukta example? Can you see a lotus? Beautiful lotus. Next time you see lotus, it is in the mud. Lotus is remaining in the mud, and it will not so beautiful. In the dirt it is. इतना गंदगी में है lotus, लेकिन इतना सुंदर है, खूबसूरत है. Water will not touch it. It's in the water. Water won't touch it. When sun comes, it will open. When sun goes out, it will close. So it will know when to open, pratyahara. When to control the mind from the senses, when to close it. No. Take good, remove the other things. Lotus. Padma Patram Imam Bhasa. Okay, next slide. So I want to dedicate this lecture to my teacher Rajesh HK. So last year he had died. So he used to teach yoga. He had unfortunately. He's a very good teacher. So just I want to say some words for him. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Okay, next slide. Next slide. Okay, so this is my contact number, WhatsApp and calling number, and my email. If anybody wants to contact me, you can contact me. I do take some yoga sessions, and if you require, you can contact. Else, if you are already doing, it's very well and good. So I hope you got some things, and these things they can inspire us. And I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm also in some process. It is very difficult, as I told, controlling the mind. Very difficult. सबसे मुश्किल काम है. I can be very strong. If mind is weak, I'm weak. Okay. You control your mind. Don't become its slave. Okay. We will end the session now. So I will hand over to ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir, for such an insightful session. Now I would
Yes.
request all participants to ask their
Amrita,
questions.
Amrita, can you stop sharing?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Now
Yes,
also,
thank you, sir, for having a beautiful, enlightening session.
Yeah.
So actually, I would just like to have some kind of observation. So, see, generally in India, we said that yoga is a kind of sadhan. As you have rightly pointed out, you brought many things to us. Started with a metaphysics of Sankhya philosophy,
yeah.
and then came to yoga, Ashtanga yoga, and how these two principles of yama and niyama are important. If I got your paper very clearly, so if we see a tradition that one thing is common with all the religion, and they have practiced that is yam and niyam. Be it Buddhism, be it Jainism, and be it Hinduism that we see in yoga. So we talk about that yoga is a practice, but for that reason you have to know the theory, as you have rightly pointed out. Also relate many things to the Karma Yoga Bhagavad Gita, and we have four yogas. Yoga is a sadhan, so that means you have to control your mind, as you have rightly said that in mind, it's controlling the mind is a very difficult task. And in Indian, most difficult task. In Indian philosophy, in fact, says that mind is it creates all sort of problems in life. Whatever problems comes to our life, it is because we are unable to control our desires and the thought process, and that is how the problems arises within the mind, and that also affects the body. So it is a kind of union of mind. So that is a kind of, but what is important is to know the Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, and Raj Yoga, as you rightly pointed out, Sira Sukham Asana.
Yeah, ma'am, one point I want to mention here. See, mind can, we have psychosomatic disorders, diabetes, cancer. These are actually born in mind. Okay, these psychosomatic. So there are health issues also, anxiety, depression. People, there recently, you might know, actor. He has so much money, he commits suicide. Why? Cannot control the mind. Okay, so there are things. Now also people, there are so many people here sitting in posture. How many of you change your posture in between because of pain? See, body is not ready. And yama and niyama is very important. Now I want to tell you one thing, very important. Yoga teachers, even yoga teachers, they should follow yama and niyama. There are yoga teachers who are so angry, who get angry, abuse, they drink. they smoke. Why? They should also follow Yama and Niyama. You become eligible, then you can teach. And when you do yoga, you have to do with the right intention. If you do yoga for therapy, therapy will happen. You do some Surya Namaskar, your back will become flexible. But do with the intention, you got human life. Know yourself from the child and now. Do you know who you are? Do you know what is your purpose? Where you have come from? After death, you see so many people dying now. Where they go? One day I will also die. What will happen to me? Ask these questions. Yeah.
Yes, that is so, sir. I'm requesting the participant. When you practice yoga, you must practice the first two ethical steps, that yama and niyam, which is very important. Unless and until you practice ahimsa, satya, asteya, parigraha, and brahmacharya, and then the niyam, that saucha, santosh, tapas, swadhyaya, so isar pranidhana. So this will not very effective. So because suppose we come to Hatha Yoga and they talk about the 6 states. Okay, they don't. They said that this yama and niyam is implied when you do that asana and pranayam. But Patanjali Yoga and Jainism also, Buddhism also, they give emphasis on the yama and niyam. Unless and until you have a disciplined life and a positive life, you can't bring any change. Even if you do 1,000 times asanas, that will hardly make you some kind of changes. Well, that is how I understood within the philosophy of yoga. So that is how intentionally I kept it, that how theory is also important. Only the partial knowledge. So if you are doing the practice, that is a partial and incomplete knowledge. Suppose I tell you that Surya Namaskar you are doing, but without knowing the steps and the importance of the steps, hardly give you any kind of benefit. So that is how the importance is, that on the yama and niyam. And Sir has rightly pointed out many things, that sadhan path, vibhuti path, and the kaivalya path. And moksha, we at least if we can't give, at least we will try to reach to that state of the samadhi.
Somewhere we have to start. At least first step you take ना, you will get. But आप step ही नहीं लेंगे तो कहाँ से होगा? We should at least go towards it with right intention, right knowledge, and practice. And one more thing, diet, very important. What you eat, it is feeding your mind. Remember, if you feed alcohol, you become intoxicated. If you cook food, you put it in the fridge, after 2 days you eat, your mind will also have same negative emotions. Eat nice food, sattvic food.
Yes, the session is open for discussion.
Yeah.
So if anyone having any question can ask.
So one more thing, if people want, they should go through the Patanjali Yoga Sutra. It's a beautiful text. So I have just given a gist. If you want, you can buy it and you can go through it. Audio is also available in Amazon and so many things. You can go through it. Audio and video, books, Patanjali Yoga Sutra. Hundreds of people have written books on that.
Any question? Any question?
Sir, any particular book you want to refer?
See,
You want to suggest?
books are many. Gita Press, then they have Chokhamba, Sri Ravi Shankar, he has also written a book. So you will get it. You just see which language you want, because Sutra with commentary will be there. Vyasa Bhashya, Vyasa commentary you can buy, English, Hindi, whichever language you better, you find comfortable, you can buy. There are Kannada also available, Telugu. You just see the language, get hold of a book, go through it, and then you begin your journey.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Excuse me, sir. Is Samadhi state can be achieved residing at the home in Grihast ashram?
You are saying Samadhi can be achieved in the home, sitting.
In Grihast ashram, living in the home. Or one
Yes,
should
yes.
leave the home?
No need to leave the home. See, when in Gita, Krishna, Arjuna was telling, I will leave everything, I will go to Himalaya.
Yeah.
Even if you go to Himalaya, mind will there, na?
Yes.
Mind you can control here also, in Himalaya also, in forest also. So you can achieve here. That is the
Yeah.
power of now. You do right thing now, you will get fruits in the future.
Okay, good, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, those who don't know Sanskrit, how could they read these
Translations.
scriptures?
Sir,
English translations are available. Yeah.
7 stages of consciousness
Hmm.
are told in Yoga Sutras. Are you describe those pradeshas?
First thing is that I'm not going very deep, and the thing is that I'm also in some stage. So the thing is that just understand the theory, just go with it.
Okay,
Much
sir.
analyze we cannot do tarka. We have to do meditation and then we realize
Yes.
ourselves. It is experiential. Everybody has different sanskara. Everybody has different experience.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. It is experiential, not theory, huh?
Sir.
Yeah.
Any other question?
So how do we relate spirituality with yoga? How can we relate these two things?
Yeah. See, yoga is nowadays they do for back pain, have diabetes, but yoga is essentially spiritual. When you do asana, you sit in any comfortable posture for long duration. That is itself yoga. You realize yourself. Flexibility of the body very easy to achieve. How you achieve flexibility of mind? Okay. Once you control your mind, how you control your mind? Through your breath. That is why in yoga we do pranayama, we do asana with the breathing, inhale, exhale. Why we do? We become aware. If we do like this only, we will think, अरे वो क्या कर रहा है? देखें उसको. क्या? Breathing यहाँ पे ध्यान करके करना है ना? Awareness, mindfulness, be in the present. Mind will take you future, mind will take you past. No, focus here.
So there is a question. Could you please tell us right food habits?
Yeah, the right food habits are very simple. They have in Gita it says mentioned. It should be hot. It should be unctuous. It should not be dry. Okay, chips dry. It should be hot. It should not be refrigerated. 2 days. It will lose nutrients also. You will not get anything. Just for tongue you are eating. Okay. So there are many in Gita. It is mentioned. I'm not.
Ayuh sattva balarogyam.
Ayuh sattva balarogyam sukha priti vivardhana. It is mentioned. One more is there. Snusnigdha madhurahara. Rasyaha snigdaha sthiraha. Hridyaha, which is pleasing. You order from Zomato, Swiggy. You don't know how they are cooking. They will be abusing and cooking. They might. I'm not saying they will be. But the thing is that if you cook your own food home, your wife is preparing with love. She's feeding you. That love goes inside. Okay. And while eating also, you are in the phone. You're talking and eating. You're eating fastly. Why? Okay. Those things are very important. Have unctuous food. It should not be dry, hot, and freshly prepared. Eat it. Okay. Yeah.
Any other question? If there is no question, we'll end the session here. If over to Amrita.
We will just chant one Om Tri Shanti. Can we do?
Yes.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. You can rub your palms. You can massage the ears. Every morning do it. Massaging. It will help you a lot. Make up all the body organs. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for such an insightful session.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank
At
you,
such
sir.
a young age, he has such a deep knowledge of yoga.
Yes, ma'am.
प्रेरणा जी बोलना चाहेंगे? प्रेरणा जी.
बहुत अच्छा लगा. इतने सालों तक जो हमने सुना, सीखा, गुना, वो इतने थोड़े समय में इन्होंने सबको बता दिया. ये जानकर बहुत अच्छा लगा. और इसमें एक एक चीज के ऊपर काम करने में कितना समय लगेगा, पूरा जन्म भी कम पड़ेगा.
One life is not enough.
बिल्कुल. और मुझे बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है कि मुझे इनको सुनने का मौका मिला और अच्छा लगेगा यदि आगे भी इनके लेक्चर्स रखे जाएं.
Yes, we'll do that. We'll do that. We have kept in the mind that we'll continue the session. If everybody is interested, then we can continue also further. So
इन्होंने MSc योग में की है.
MSc योग में किया है.
अच्छा.
बेंगलोर से.
बेंगलोर से.
Yes, Vyasa is supposed to be the best institute for the yoga studies. He has done MSc from there.
आपने सब्जेक्ट ही ऐसा चुना कि मानव जन्म सफल हो जाएगा आपका.
थैंक यू सो मच. अगर मेरे लेक्चर से कोई इंस्पायर होके करेगा साधना, तो मैं वो बहुत मेरे लिए मान्य रखता है.
बिल्कुल
कोई
बिल्कुल.
इंस्पायर होके करेगा ना, तो उसका आप किसी
दिशा
को
बदल
ऐसी
जाएगी.
चीज बता दो, किसी को ऐसी चीज बता दो जिससे उसको लिबरेशन मिल जाए या वो इंस्पायर हो जाए. योग तो इतना प्योर है, वो अगर आप दे दो तो उससे बड़ा कोई दान नहीं.
हीरो
धार्मिकता.
हीरों की खान दिखा दी आपने कि वहां है हीरे, चलो भागो.
थैंक यू.
Sir, please share your phone number.
मैम मैंने लास्ट स्लाइड में दिखा था, मैं अभी चैट में लिख देता हूँ. कोई बात.
हाँ, एक बार लिख दीजिए सर प्लीज.
ये व्हाट्सएप.
Amrita, anything would you like to say, or we'll end the session here?
Ma'am, yes, we can end the session here.
Please phone number please.
Well, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Namaste.
And would like to have more sessions from you.
Yeah, sure. We'll do.
फीडबैक फॉर्म जरूर दीजिए.
Yes, sir. Prerna. मैं चाहती हूँ सर, अब दो शब्द, तो we have ended the session. दो शब्द हमारे participants को बोलेंगे कि how it is very important to be always positive.
मैं बोला. मैं मुझे बोलना है क्या?
Yes, sir. How to create one positive atmosphere and how to remain positive always.
जब हंसना बहुत जरूरी है. हंसना है, स्माइल करना है. ठीक है. बहुत अपने आप को सीरियसली नहीं लेना है और लाइफ के बहुत आगे का नहीं सोचना, प्रेजेंट में रहना है. ठीक है. थोड़ा सा प्लान कीजिए, प्लान से ऊपर भी हो जाए कोई बात नहीं. एक्चुअली क्या है ना, बहुत सारी चीजें ऑटोमेटिक होती है हमारे साथ होती है ऑटोमेटिकली. हम देखो कैसे होती है. लोग जुड़ते हैं, ऑटोमेटिकली अपॉर्चुनिटी आती है. तो अपने आप को फ्री रखना है, कॉम्प्लिकेट नहीं करना. सिंपल रहना है, बहुत जरूरी है. हमने अपने आप को बहुत कॉम्प्लिकेट कर दिया. सिंपल रहना बहुत जरूरी है, सहज रहना बहुत जरूरी है.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Namaskar.
नमस्ते.
Thank you so much,
you
sir,
so
for the
much.
wonderful session. Thank you once again.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. We'll end the session here, then we'll meet on Monday.
Thank you,
Thank
Jayanti.
you, everyone. Thanks. Happy Sunday.
Really, it was a wonderful session.
Thank you, Spenna ji. Thank you.